G'day folks, how you going? Skypilot here. No, it's not the Eachine E110, I've already reviewed that one. It's the Eachine E120. Slightly bigger, slightly better, and a heck of a lot of fun to boot. This is Eachine's second current flying copter. This is the 4-blader, and yeah, let me tell you, if you want to fly these two together, you're going to have a heck of a lot of fun. Let's crack into the box, and hopefully you guys are going to learn something pretty cool about this 120. On the front, 50 minutes flight time, pretty similar to the 110. Of course, it's got altitude hold. It's got one key takeoff and land. It's got your gyro, 2.4 gig, complete with a remote and a few bits and pieces, and basically she is ready to fly. So once you have received your package, let's crack it open and see what you get inside. By the way, today we're just going to do unboxing, a few text and specs, and we're going to go straight out into the field and have a fly. Should be good. Okay, Eachine user manual. As comprehensive as Eachine usually are, which is really cool. Nice QC as always from Eachine. Some moulded plastic there on top. This is the 2 battery version. We have one here and one in the helicopter. So batteries, we get our remote control unit, little tiny screwdriver, spare rear prop Allen key, USB micro for charging your power supply, and a couple of spare props. Rechargeable lithium battery, lithium ion. This is 350 milliamp hours, 7.2 volts. There's a very small USB micro port just on the side there, and to charge it up you simply plug it into your USB and you'll see some lights on the front here, and when they're all solid and blue, all 4 of them fully charged, good to go. Let's get the helicopter out. I might as well bring out the 110 so you guys can see exactly the size difference between them both. Attention to detail is really actually quite good, I must say. In fact, it's very good. We've got some little exhaust pipes at the back here, some nice little decals saying danger and all that sort of stuff. It actually looks really cool, and as you'll find out shortly, flies really well too. Your battery underneath here, just simply squeeze and pull it out, and you can actually see how much charge is in it by pushing the button there, and we can see this one is 3 out of 4, so not fully charged, but certainly enough power to get going. Only goes in the one way. And to turn on the helicopter, all you need to do is long press that power supply until the LED comes on underneath, and you are good to go. So it comes with a nice little flashing white LED under there and a nice flashing red one on the rear. Let's put it on the scales and see what it weighs in at. Of course, battery installed, we are looking at 98.7 grams compared to the 110, which is weighing in at 73 grams. But you can see noticeably larger the 120 is compared to the 110. Build quality is, as you'd expect from Eachine, really quite good. As I mentioned, attention to detail is quite high, and it actually feels like a fairly sturdy, robust unit. Legs look like they're flexible, which is really good. Automatic stabilization uses 6 gyros to keep it steady, so out in the field that's pretty handy. So you can just basically let go of the sticks and it will more or less sit there. It doesn't have a GPS, so if you haven't set your trim right, it will tend to drift a bit. And much like the 110, it doesn't really like the wind either, so make sure you fly it either indoors or on a nice calm day. Really good for beginners, guys. It has a voltage alarm should your battery start to get low, and in any case, as I have already tested these copters, when the battery does get low, it doesn't just fall out of the sky, it will actually land itself and power itself down, which is really good. Nice and handy. However, if you do fly out of the 2.4 gig range for your radio, what's going to happen is it's just going to crash and burn. So make sure you don't fly further than pretty much a bit more than the size of a regular footy oval. Short intro, we are going straight outside. We are going to head to the oval and we're going to take her up. And we're going to fly both these together. A few people have asked me, can you fly the 110 with the 120 with the supplied radios? I'm going to find that out today, so stay tuned. Super easy to fly, terrific for beginners. Power on, up and down to bind. Things start to get a bit rigid there on the props. The lights are solid. And we are bottom left, bottom right. Good to go. Just be wary, if you hit the 1 key takeoff, it will actually take off, so we don't want to do that. And stick down to power it down again. As the video says, a few moments later, let's head over to the oval, take this bird up in the sky. Let's go.
A few moments later.
Out in the field, thanks for watching my intro of the cool little Eachine E120. I'm going to have a direct flight with the E110. And a couple of people have asked me, want to fly these together, is it possible? So that's what we're going to do out here today, apart from have a nice little maiden flight of this Eachine E120. Like I said, slightly bigger. No camera on the 120. The spy drone, the E110, has the camera on it. So it's just going to be a line of sight flight for today, but we're going to see how it flies with those 3 speed settings. And the 4 bladed props should offer a nice experience, so let's go. In case you're wondering, I believe the remotes are pretty much identical, same controllers. You got your 3 speed settings on left, 1 key takeoff, and your standard trim switches and your sticks. The sticker on here slightly different. You can see a chopper on this one, the 4 bladed prop, and you can see a different type of symbol on that remote. Apart from that, they are both 2.4 gig and fairly much identical. So long press the start button there till all 4 blue LEDs light up. You'll see the white LED flashing, which means we are good to start her up. To pair it, it's remote control on, left stick up and down, and then you can either push the 1 key takeoff and land, or I like to do the bottom left and right manual startup. You'll see the props fire up and you are good to take off. And just check our trim, make sure our trim's okay. Like I said, straight away you can see a slight breeze, it will just disappear on you. So let's just get it back over here. The wind's sort of coming and going. I will play around with the trim a little bit. Doesn't have GPS holds. Get that trim right. We'll just do a little bit of a speed run, guys, while the wind's died down a bit. So just looking around, that's our speed setting number 1. Nice and tame. Speed setting number 2. A little bit quicker again. And speed setting number 3. And again, this is the most aggressive setting. If you are finding it's a little bit windy, this is certainly the one to use. Just go for a zip around the oval. Super easy to scoot around for the beginner. If you're just getting into the RC hobby, this is a really good place to start, guys. Indoor, outdoor, like I said. And as you can see, it's yeah, handles outdoors really well. Hooked up in the socket net. You can hear those props, the 4 bladed props make it reasonably quiet too, which is pretty cool. I might just do a demo now of the 1 key takeoff and landing. Should you wish to do a 1 key takeoff, we'll just turn our controller off, back on again, bind it, and 1 press takeoff is simply press and it takes off, and should hopefully stay roughly where it is, which it will when it's not so windy. Like all of my tests, I do like to head up nice and high for no reason whatsoever, so let me just do that now. I'll show you guys. It is easy to fly a long way up for no purpose whatsoever, other than to see how it goes. It's really windy up there, so what I'm going to do is not fly too far up there because I'm going to lose it. The wind's just going to take it away. So get a little bit more altitude, and it's still a 1 key landing. I'll show you guys, if you are in trouble, it's a long way away, you're not too sure what you're doing, where you're going, you can hit that 1 key land, and hopefully it's going to land somewhere without flying away. You can see I'm not touching it. I'm now walking over to somewhere where you may think it might land because you've just got yourself into trouble. And here she comes. Eachine makes some pretty good stuff. Have a look down the links below, folks. That'll be really neat. And if you want a code for this, let me know. Save yourself some money. And she lands beautifully. Okay, as promised, let's have a fly around with the 110 and see if we can fly them both together, which is going to be a bit of a challenge in itself. Let's do a 1 key takeoff. Okay, so they've both taken off, which is really interesting because I'm not actually sure. I think I'm controlling 2 at once here. Yeah, I am. I'm controlling 2 at once. Okay, super interesting. Okay, let's do a 1 key land. Get them both down on the ground. All right. Helicopter over here. Yeah, it is possible, guys. What you need to do is get your chopper up first. Hopefully it's going to stay there. Get your 110 going. And there we have it, guys. I am flying them both at the same time. However, the sticks are... Oh dear, it nearly crashed. The controllers behind me. Just got the altitude hold going on the helicopter. And as you can see, I've got the 110 here, and we're having a little bit of a helicopter dogfight, which is really sketchy. Much better do this with 2 players, guys, because yeah, you'll find it's very hard to control 2 things at once. However, as you can see, yeah, they are both flying together, and we're about to go into the soccer nets. Flying together, lots of fun. Bang for your budget, awesome. This little 110 is terrific too. Have a look at the reviews I've done of that one in the links below. That helicopter's sitting there really nice, so you can see the controller over there. I really don't want to crash them into each other, but it is fun having a play around like this. Okay. Question answered. Box ticked. Can you fly them both together? Oh my word, you can. And it'll be a lot of fun too. Just make sure you've got plenty of spare props, which you can get. They're in the links below, because if you're going to do this, you're going to need some spare props. Okay, let's just sit the 110 there. Let's grab the helicopter. And have a little bit of a fly around. Transmission doesn't get mumbled up between the 2, which is good. However, the prop wash does. Okay, I think we better land before we get ourselves into trouble. That little 110's just hovering there, doing its own thing. Not a care in the world. Better keep an eye on it though. That's really decent, guys. Thumbs up, you like it? Any comments? Oh, there we go. Okay. Right, let's drop that 110 on the ground before it runs into the soccer net. Oh, 1 key landing. Down you go. Perfect landing. 15-20 minute flight time from the battery in this helicopter, guys. Nearly took my head off. And we've just touched the pole. That's good flying. That's good stuff. A lot of fun, guys. Lot of fun. Touchdown. Eachine E120 and E110, both in stock, ready to ship out. As I said, smash that link below. That would be fabulous. Lots more videos to come, and I do, as promised, have some HD0 info and flight and gear coming up real soon, so smashing that thumb. Thanks very much for stopping by, much appreciated. See you real soon. Sky Pilot. Bye for now, guys.